Hey ladies, so I wanted to do a little quick brow gel tutorial just for you guys. So what I did already was I just put some brow gel on this side just to kind of show you the difference, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do my entire brow routine for you. So on this one, what I did was I took our brow gel, so it's got this little wand like this, and you can actually scrape off some of the product. As I'm using it, I'm not having to scrape off as much. It's just, there's so much packed inside. So what I do is before I even put my makeup on, I like to get my brow gel on. And so what I'm doing is I'm just brushing upward. And what it's doing is it's actually making my brows appear fuller. So if you can see, if I didn't want to fill in my brows, I could just go like this. And it also helps when I'm filling them in to know where I'm filling them in versus on this side where they're kind of drooping down. This one, it's almost like an instant eye lift. If you guys didn't know, my brows used to be non-existent. I didn't even have a tail right here, non-existent. And in just a few months, I actually grew them back with our Lash Extend. So this is actually for your lashes. I'm going to quickly show you how I use this. And I'll actually use this on my brows to show you guys too. So this is our Lash Extend. So if you want to grow your lashes or your brows, put it on the top. And then I'm going to show you guys how I put it on my brows. So before I go to bed or in the morning, I just lather it on. And this is going to actually grow any brows that are not there. So where I didn't have a brow there, and I am growing them inside there. So I'm still using this. You can use this twice a day and then just a few times a week to maintain it. So that's our Lash Extend. This is 50, lasts forever. Love it on my lashes. So the brow gel actually has Capixyl in it, just like our lash growing mascara. This has Senapeptides and doesn't have Capixyl, so they have two different ingredients, which is really awesome, but they're both really great. I recommend the Lash Extend to get some of those hairs that aren't there, and then once they start growing in, if you want to fill in some spots with just like thicker hair, stronger hair, and do it pretty quick, is our brow gel. And I love that it's a duo where it helps your hair grow, but it also makes them look really awesome when you wear it. So you can wear this at night. So at night you would just do your brows like this. I'll do this side over here. And you can put makeup over top of this Lash Extend. So I'm gonna do it on this side. Up, 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 up. Even when you're plucking your brows to know what hairs to do this. They're gonna stay. It's not gonna feel crunchy like other brow gels. And you just do this. And I like to do that right away. And then after I get my makeup on, then I am going to be filling them in with our Shadow Sense. So I'm going to give you that whole tutorial. You could just do the brow gel and leave. You don't have to fill them in. Some people prefer to do nothing beforehand, just fill them in with Shadow Sense and then do brow gel after. You have the option. I like to sandwich it in. So I'm going to show you guys once I get my makeup on, I'm going to show you guys how I fill them in, which brushes to use, and then we'll finish off our brow gel. So the rest of my face is done. This is the tutorial that I've already sent you guys, how to do a full face with tinted moisturizer, add a little bit just to make it a full face. So we have my brow gel, it's on, ready to go. I'm gonna talk to you about some of my favorite brushes to fill in my brows if you wanna fill them in, and then we'll go ahead and put our brow gel back on the top. Also, I think I had told you guys, just wanna make sure I didn't forget, you can wear this at night as well. So if you want to grab a second one, put one with your makeup, put one in your nightstand, or just put one in your bathroom before you go to bed. Brush your brows too, because you can grow your brows while you sleep. And I kind of think since it's going upward, it's kind of training them to stay up as well. And that's kind of what the trend is, just to get those brows lifted up, literally an instant eye lift. Okay, so some of my favorite brow filling in brushes. And if you need a shade match, let me know. We do have Brow Sense. It's a liquid. I suggest the Shadow Sense. I would love if we came out with the brow pencil at some point, but I love the Shadow Sense because you can use it for multiple things. So I have Mocha Java Shadow on right now. I could use that to fill in my brows. So you have a multi-use product. So if for some reason it doesn't work on your brows, you don't have to commit to only getting something for your brows. You are going to be able to use the shadow for your eyes or eyeliner or contour. So I'm going to use Smoke Topaz. It's a gray color, kind of bizarre, right? But that's what I like to use to fill in my brows. So some of my favorite shadow brushes, they're mostly all angled brushes. So this one is my favorite. where is she at? This one's my favorite. This is a Bdellium 763. It is my favorite. Very, very thin. Really gives you lifelike hairs. Takes a little bit more precise fill in. Some people like to grab multiple ones, just kind of depending on their mood. So this one's like my absolute favorite 763. And if you are interested in any of the yellow handled brushes, you can go on Amazon, but I get them at wholesale so I can get them to you cheaper than Amazon. So if you're already ordering something, or if I'm doing a bulk brush order, just let me know. Another one from Bdellium is the 764. So it's a little bit of a thicker brush. It's quicker. You go really quick. Kind of more of that bolder brow look. It's got a little bit more dense bristles, but still a really good one. You can tell. I use this one too. Another Bdellium one, it's actually a tight liner brush. This one is 761. This one, not angled, very thin. Sometimes I like to go in afterwards and really find just those little spots like that to fill in, or like the top. So if you want to find some little precise spots, works really well. It does give you really lifelike hair strokes too. You could also use it as an eyeliner brush. Same with these. You can use them for eyeliner brushes too. A couple other brushes. So Senegence has a big brush that you can get, and it has a spoolie on one side and this brush on the other. I don't mind this one, but it's a little bit too fluffy for me. Like I can move it too much. Like this one, it's like pretty dense. Like it's pretty stuck there. This is another one that I used to use, but you can see, can you see? The like bristles are starting to kind of come out because this was a super cheap dollar brush. So if you've got cheap brushes, that's going to happen. With Bdellium, I don't see the brush fall out. So that's the brushes. If you're using the brow gel, you really don't need a spoolie unless you want to go through them at the end. You totally can. So I'm going to go ahead and fill in my brows. I will talk through my first one, and then I will kind of speed up the video on the second one just so you're not having to sit and watch me forever. But I'll kind of talk through it. So you can use your tinted moisturizer lid. If you grab a tinted moisturizer from me, you could go like this on the wand. You don't need much. So I would suggest just taking the lid, tiny bit. And I'm going to show you this color looks like. This is a very popular shadow color. So if you're on the fence and it's going to blend, I'm going to show you how it blends in. I'm going to grab a brush really quick just to show you how it blends. So it can turn out to be like this really nice, pretty gray, okay? And there's no shimmer to it. So that's a really good shadow or brow color. So I just put my wand back in here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this tip right here. I'm gonna draw in the hairs on the inside, okay? So if you have not got your brows shaped, I would suggest going to a professional to get your brows shaped. Otherwise, you can do the trick where you go like this. That's how far in your brow should go. My brow girl said that it should be my thumb. That's how big it should be. So you go like this, and then that angle to find where that high spot is. But if you can get to a professional that she can just shape them, wax them, thread them, pluck them. That's what I did the first couple times, and now I can do it by myself. So I've lifted them up, and that helps to know underneath. So I'm going to pull my mirror really close, and we're going to get up close and personal because I want you guys to really be able to see me do this in slow motion. I know in my videos, in my group, I like to do it fast because I want to, I don't want to sit and bore you guys doing my brows, but you guys are watching this because you want to know how to do your brows. So we're going to go slow, okay? So I've kind of dabbed it like this, okay? Because you don't need a ton of color. You really don't. And the inside, you want it to be, I want this to focus. Okay, we're close. So you can see how much new hair is growing in. The inside, you don't want them to be super dark. You kind of almost want it to be like an ombre going out. Some people suggest using like a mocha java on the inside, going out to a smoked topaz. I just use the same color. What I will do sometimes is go ahead and take the spoolie and kind of thin out that middle part. My brows look different daily. It's okay. Just my suggestion is just get a brush, get your smoked topaz or your mocha java or your rustic brown or your French roast or garnet or onyx or natural tan. Just grab it and play around. So I'm going to go on the inside and I'm just going to take the tip of that right there and I'm just going to brush upward. Really thin strokes so I can get that inside filled in. All right, and then I've got that inside. Now we're going to do the middle. or not the middle, underneath. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to pretty much draw literally a straight line. And then I'm gonna take that color and bring it up. So I'm making it look more natural. And then I'm gonna do the tail over here. I do that top and the bottom of the tail. Now I'm gonna do the top because my top's not even. And some people like to really do their brow gel and make them very, you can see the hair. It's totally personal preference. I like it a little bit, but not too much. So I'm going to kind of fill in any of these spots, go along the top, and I'm doing that same straight line, and then going down. And then I want to get that blended in, so I'm kind of dabbing it, going on the inside because I do have some bare spots, so I can go on the inside. And then we're going to kind of let that dry and go in with the brow gel. And I'm going to just take the spoolie, kind of pull out some of that color on the middle. And you could, since you have that brow gel in at first, you could do it just the first and you could be done, or I can go back in after. So one brow done, not done. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this quick fast forward so you can see the finished look. So now my brows are done and I don't need to put another layer of brow gel since I did add it at the beginning, but if you want a little bit more structure, a little more hold, you can add it now. Just gonna kind of brush them up and you can feel that they're already kind of lifted from that initial one. So just go ahead, lift them up, and you're ready to go.